Hey everyone, it's Birthday Organ. I'm here in this my review for Fight Club, the new film directed by Abbas Ramat and starring Vijay Kumar alongside many other newcomers. Now, to be very frank, I want to say that this film should have never been called Fight Club. The original film that came out in 1999, directed by David Fincher and starring Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, is one of the greatest films of all time, in my personal opinion, and is a great commentary towards violence, towards manhood, towards how people blindly follow a leader and follow the ideology of that leader and don't really think about what they're doing. This film reminds you of a lot of different movies, and surprisingly, is written by Sussy, who's directed really good movies in the past. I'm surprised that he has written this story because it's a very basic and very derivative story of other films. It kind of reminded me of other movies like Adikalam, Pudupete, Vadachennai. Ironically, all three of these films are Dhanush's films. Also reminds me of any other gang movie that you've seen in the last 10 or 20 years. The main positives is the action choreography. I think that the action, obviously, because Lokesh Kanagaraj had a hand in this film in terms of presenting the movie, I guess like the director has used him as like a great inspiration in terms of how he's directed the action in the film. It's very violent, it's very, dynamic, and that's the main positive about the film. But I feel like because the story kind of jumps in a non-linear way, but in a very frantic way too, it really threw me off. And I kind of forgot that this film was going back and forth in terms of timelines. And by the time the film reconnects with the beginning scene later on in the movie, I was like, oh, I remember that. I remember the scene, but like I just forgot that this movie was jumping in terms of time. Vijay Kumar and the performances otherwise from the rest of the newcomers, it's okay. I think like the performances are okay. But again, I felt like for a film that is relying so much on his action, so much on his visuals, which by the way, cinematography is really good. I feel like this film should have had a little more emphasis on the writing. And because a big director like Sussy has written the script, I thought it would have been a little better in terms of storytelling and whatnot. But yeah, I give this film a 6 out of 10. It's not horrible, but it's a little bit disappointing because of the talent involved. But if you want to see an action film and you want to pass the time, Fight Club can maybe satisfy your viewing needs, but otherwise you can skip this film. Again, 6 out of 10, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Fight Club.